Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with my weekly reading plans for week number 36, which is September the 5th through September 11th. Sorry if I keep glancing over, I've got my notes on my laptop over here beside me. So if you guys watched my last week's reading plans, I think all but one of those books are actually going to get read because I talk about this in my vlog, so I don't want to get into it too much here. But essentially at the end of the day, I really missed reading romance, and I had such an urge, or I've had such an urge lately to pick up a lot more romance. So I kind of switched things around last week, or for last week's, and you'll see that on the vlog. But yeah, I'm really happy. So I am trying to give a good mix, and this week's actually, it's an interesting mix, but I am going to pick another romance novel too. But one of these is a romantic suspense, so, you know, I miss reading. I'm not reading as much romance as I used to, like over the last few months. And it's not because I'm not enjoying it. It's because I've been picking up so many cozy mysteries and thrillers. And I've been greatly influenced by the crew over at the Killin' Time with Cozy's Discord group, which is great. And then, of course, you know, everything else being influenced BookTube-wise. So yeah, I want to get back to my romance and stuff. But anyway, so here are the books that we are picking for week number 36. So first of all, we have my throwback book, which is one of the books I read from my childhood. So this week we are getting to a Sweet Valley Twins book, and we're going to be reading book number 2, which is Teacher's Pet. Clearly something ballerina related, ballet related. I will finish this in less than an hour. It's 100 pages long, and the font on this one is ginormous. So this will be a very quick and easy read. And yeah, I read the first one in this series last month, or reread it, I should say. And again, I'm pretty sure I finished it in like an hour or so. So that's fantastic. Then after that, we have our TBR wheel, which you guys really seemed to enjoy last week. Thank you so much for that. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel. I am so excited. Let me just get it set up. So here we are, friends, on the spinning wheel. So let's go ahead and spin it and see what we get. Oh, this is so much fun. Read a book about a workplace romance. Okay, a workplace romance. Let me go and have a look and see what I can find. So that was almost a little too easy. So I went on Goodreads, or not on Goodreads, I went on Google and I Googled workplace romance books. And of course, a list from Goodreads comes up from Listopia. And I started scrolling down the list. I'm like, oh, I own that book and I really want to read that book. So we're going to read that book. I am really trying to read books that I have on my shelves, or a next book in series or something like that. But this book was gifted to me by the lovely Melissa over at Libraries and Labradors. She is so sweet, and I still hadn't gotten to it yet, so I am so excited. I know everybody has read this, and I'm really interested. So we are going to be reading The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. So yay on this one. I'm so excited. So let me know if you guys have read it. Don't give me any spoilers. But I've heard that people like the book, but people have mixed feelings about the love scenes. Let's put it that way. So very excited. I have this great physical copy here. I'm very excited about reading it. And guys, I still haven't picked up audio in a while. Side note, it's been over a week since I picked up an audiobook. And I'm kind of just loving the act of just old school reading with your eyeballs. I mean, audio has its place and it's fantastic. And I will go back to audio at some point. But right now I'm kind of enjoying this like nostalgic kick of like reading a book as a book. I know, crazy talk, right? So yeah, so this one is on the list. I am very excited. Yay. Next up, we have a NetGalley backlist book. So this book has been on several TBRs and I still haven't gotten to it. And I was perusing through my shelves and I'm like, wait, I have that one physically. And I have it from NetGalley. It came out a while ago and I need to get it read because I really like this author. So finally, it's not a romance. I believe it's a romantic suspense, but it's by a romance queen. I can say that. Nalini Singh. Quiet in Her Bones. So this is a thriller romance something. No, it says thriller. It says thriller. In this gripping thriller set in New Zealand, a New York Times bestselling author, Nalini Singh, takes you into the twisted world of an exclusive cul-de-sac located on the edge of a sprawling forest. So, yeah, I read her first book that she... Okay, not her first book. She has written a lot of, she writes contemporary romance, great contemporary romance, by the way, very spicy. It's a rugby series, I think, if I'm remembering. She's also most well known for her Psy Changeling series, which is a paranormal romance, I guess. Yes? No? I haven't read them. I'm not into the paranormal romance aspect, but I know people love them. Like, Amy over at Zoe Beck, she and rereads them. Like, they're like her comfort reads, and she loves them. So if you want to hear anyone wax poetic about Nalini Singh, go check out her channel. I'll leave it linked below. But she's written a couple thrillers now. So this is her second. Her first one was called The Madness of Sunshine, which I really did enjoy. And I love the fact that they're set in New Zealand, which is where the author is from. So yeah, I gotta get to this one. I have to. I bought it as a hardcover when it came out. So why I haven't read it yet, I don't know. So it's gonna go on my my TBR for this week. And then the next two books, the next one is a series book, so I'm trying to read like the next book in a series or something. And I'll be reading The Wife He Needs by Brendan Jackson. This is actually the first book in the Westmoreland The Outlaw series. I read the second or third book, so now I have to go back and catch up. But Brendan Jackson is a fantastic writer. This is a desire novel, so it'll be a very quick read. And if anyone wants to check this one out, just as a side note, this book is available on Kindle Unlimited. So scoot yourselves over to Kindle Unlimited and pick this one up to read, if you so desire. I believe it's also available on audio, but don't quote me, for those of you who would prefer to listen to it on audio. And last but not least, my last little list here is NetGalley coming soon. So I want to pick a NetGalley book that is coming soon. This one actually comes out in November, but here's a caveat to this one. This book was released years ago. And now they are re-releasing it. Sorry, I'm just going on Goodreads because I just want to get the little information on it. Because when I saw this pop up on NetGalley, I got so excited because I am a big fan of this author now. And this is actually a nonfiction novel. And there it is. It's a nonfiction novel, and it's a true crime, excuse me. So as I just said, I want to read more romance, and here I am going to pick up a true crime novel. But I'm excited about this one. Like, I read, what was it called? Sorry. If You Tell, earlier this year by Greg Olson. So this is American Mother by Greg Olson. The true story of a troubled family, motherhood, and the cyanide murders that shook the world. I think I remember this. Like, that's the thing, is that I'm pretty sure I remember this happening. 1986, so no, maybe not. I would have only been about 7 at the time. From the number one New York Times bestselling author of If You Tell comes the absolutely unputdownable and chilling true crime story of Stella Nichol, a mother and wife who did the unthinkable and the unforgivable. 5:02 p.m. on June the 5th, 1986, an emergency call came into the local sheriff's office in the small town of Auburn, Washington state. A distressed housewife, Stella Nichol, said that her husband Bruce was having a seizure. Officers rushed to Nichol's mobile home to find Stella standing frozen at the door. Bruce was on the floor fighting for his life. As Stella becomes the beneficiary of over $175,000 in a life insurance payout, forensics discover that Brett had consumed painkillers laced with cyanide. So that's the start of it. And I remember the Tylenol incident. I know it's been referenced a couple of times on like Law and Order and stuff like that. But yeah, this one is a reprint. So this originally came out years ago, and now it's being re-released in November. But I have an eARC copy from NetGalley, and I am really excited about getting. I know that sounds ludicrous, but this kind of thing interests. I follow, like, if you saw my YouTube feed of stuff I watch, it's like mostly BookTube. And then there's now my obsession with Tom Scott, who I adore, and I'm watching all of his stuff. And then it's like Fascinating Graveyard and true crime stuff. Like this is my YouTube watching, habits. But yeah, I am very excited about reading this one. It sounds twisted and interesting, and yeah, okay, that's what it says. It says originally published as Bitter Almonds. This is revised and an updated edition. So there we go. Anyway, guys, that's it. I have waffled on Let me know what you guys are reading in the week to come. Let me know if you're going to participate in this week's prompt, which is a workplace romance book. And I will open up a thread for that over on the Discord if you want to go and pop in your book that you are going to be reading for that next week. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.